Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMatch.com with match number 2 with our Dragon Speaker Red. Yes, we'd like to play first. Well, we get a Scry. We are a later game. I'm going to go ahead and keep this and just see if the little Satyr Hoplite that could get the job done. It's a first turn that will turn into 5 damage on turn 2 and be able to Scry away any more lands. So it's just, let's hope to avoid lands. I'm thinking this deck wants more Tormenting Voices, just to avoid... Tormenting Voice is just such a powerful card as it turns like bad hands into potentially good hands, like if you get flooded one way or the other. So it's a green, a first turn force without an Elvish Mystic. Alright, this could be anything. I haven't seen Mono Green Devotion in quite a while, so again, that's what I was talking about. Probably wasn't the greatest. I should have scried before, but we'll go ahead and Titan Strength on the Hoplite. Put that on top. That's actually a great card at this point, because if you can't block it, then we'll be able to get card advantage each turn. So he's down to a 15. If we draw into the Shrapnel Blast, the Darksteel Citadel's not a dead card. But this is going to be most likely Abzan or Sultai. And Sultai. And he gets a Soul of Innistrad, which is pretty powerful in the board. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack in with the Hoplite. Hopefully he blocks with the Satyr Wayfinder. And he decides not to block, which is disappointing for me because I wanted that blocker to go out of the way because, of course, Prophetic Flamespeaker is just so much more powerful if it can actually connect next turn. But we can draw into like Hammerhands, which is good. All right, so no play on his part. There's another Prophetic Flamespeaker, so we'll just go ahead and swing in with both again. And this should force him to block. He might have a Murderous Cut in his hand too. We are getting in for some pretty decent damage per turn. And yep, Double Strike Trample. Yeah, that does work that way. I completely forgot that. Yeah. So he does Double Strike Trample, so the trample damage just go through and still allows me to exile. And we can actually use that. We can actually cast the mountain. So that gets the mountain off the top. And allows us to play another Prophetic Flamespeaker. So he's in a world of hurt here, even if he is able to Sidisi here. I don't know if Sidisi is going to give him enough blockers. And again, we can get cards that... Yeah, so there's Sidisi, and he misses. He completely misses with Sidisi. What was the revealed, or the cards that went to the graveyard were Whip, Sultai Charm, and Yavimaya Coast. So very lucky for us. I think we do just attacking with everything. I hate doing this, as one of my Prophetic Flamespeakers will die. But it's going to do 4 damage and get us a card. We just got way too flooded. And that card is, of course, not the greatest card either. And it's Scuttling Doom Engine we just can't quite even cast, so that's sad. We only have 4. And that would have came the following turn. So, womp womp. But he's down to a 4. He has to decide if he wants to attack in with Sidisi. Worst case scenario is he drops a land, a whip, attacks with Sidisi, and gets a 2/2 blocker. But other than that, I don't see anything that can... Doomwake Giant here is weak. Yeah, I was so worried about that. Because he's going to attack in, and then he does get the token. That is just not a good scenario. So let's draw into something relevant, and we miss again. So now we could have Scuttling Doom Engine, but again, we just have attacking with everything. Yeah, attacking with everything, and he'll have to block the Prophetic Flamespeaker. And I don't think there's any way that we get out of this. As Sidisi can just attack again. And he can actually whip in. What can he whip in here? He can't whip in much. He's actually only a Soul of Innistrad that he can whip in. That can do 6 damage, 6 lifelink. He can find some other stuff, and he's got cards in hand. So, wow, just a pretty terrible little draws here. I mean, I did keep that 5-land hand, but drawing into those additional 4 lands out of just the few draws we've had, and that heartbreaking Scuttling Doom engine. So Soulless Innistrad comes here. He's going to be able to gain 9 life, and let's just hope he misses completely on a zombie here. He does. All right, we can win this right here. So that's the power of Double Strike. As he goes to a 12, he has to exile the Soul of Innistrad. He's got 5 cards in hand. Oh, never mind. He does have Murderous Cut, I'm sure, in his hand. Even though 2 are in the graveyard, though. But we just cannot draw anything but a land to save our life. We'll go in and attack with these guys. The first trigger, that I think we can cast it. That's fine. And second trigger, which does absolutely nothing. Yeah, so we'll cast the Hammerhand. And are we just dead next turn? No, he doesn't have anything to even reanimate, though. And we'll play yet another land. Twinflame, get 0/0/0. Yep, nothing off the Twinflame. So he's still in this. Whip is still being obnoxious, allowing him to gain life. He's got plenty of mana now that he can cast just so many things. But he has to whip in a Satyr? Or whip in a Reclamation Sage? Is that what he's doing? No, a Satyr. Which finds him... Yes, which will find him a trigger. Which Sidisi and the Satyr attack in. And finds him another trigger. So, this is just so gross. And a Caryatid. So there's a Titan's Strength. I guess we could possibly win here by attacking him with everything. Other than he does have lifelink, but we do have... So if I attack him with the Prophetic Flamespeaker and get him up with the Titan Strength, that'll get him up to a 5. Which, at this point, I don't care if Prophetic Flamespeaker exiles land. I think we just play the Darksteel Citadel. No, there's no point. Well, yes. Yeah, well, Shrapnel Blast will help us. So he might just want to block with Zombie. He's got that Satyr, Sylvan Caryatid, though, too. I think I just blitz in here. So, Prophetic Flamespeaker is going to get massively blocked. And that's fine. The order's fine. I think we Titan Strength before... Well, because then 1 won't go through. If I Titan Strength on the Satyr, that's just dumb. So, Titan Strength on the Prophetic Flamespeaker. Allows us to scry that away. And we need to get a blocker for Sidisi. He gets a lot of life. He can actually... Still doesn't have anything to whip, so he's had some pretty unlucky interactions as well. But dead. And 2 damage will go through and 5 damage will go through, but he's gaining 4 life. So let's hope that the trigger off of the Prophetic Flamespeaker actually gets us something. Otherwise, we're just dead here. Wow. That is just really, really bad luck with all the lands we drew. That now he can just whip in a... No, yep, just whip in a Reclamation Sage and win. And I guess I should have kept a guy back. And if that's going to be a concession, I guess I could have played that a little bit differently. But this is just, wow, like, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we only went through 20 cards of our deck, so we drew half our lands, almost half our lands in the first 20 cards, which, you know, a bit unlucky on the variant side there. And any one of those cards, well, we needed a blocker, and then him not to have any removal. Yeah, we'll go on to the sideboard, and there's certain things that are, I mean, the Doom engines are incredibly good. Harness by Force. I'm not quite sure that Harness by Force is the greatest thing we could be doing. Lightning Strike can take care of Sidisi, but again, I'm not sure that that's the right route to go. I think the best thing is to go Shrapnel Blast and the Scuttling Doom engines, and then we can take out cards that are weaker, which I think would just be the Satyr Hoplites. Or actually, it's going to be the Swiftspear. Swiftspears, I think, are weaker than Hoplites because Swiftspears just get blocked by too many things. Hoplites can actually get big. I think they're a little more powerful. And I mean, it's weird for me to say that, but I really do think the Hoplites are just a tad bit more powerful than the Swiftspears. So I'll run 2 and 1 and let fate decide which one's more powerful. We'll submit this. And yes, we'd like to play first. Well, there's our Hoplite with Hammerhand, Dragon Style, Hammer of Purphoros. We'll keep it. And do the first turn Hoplite. So I do believe that my Hammerhand can go on the Dragon Style Twin, but I want to get as much damage as possible. As he's down to, I mean, that's 3 on turn 2. That's not shabby. That's our little Wild Nicodle here. And now he can't Sylvan Caryatid and block favorably. It's got to be a Satyr or a Satyr Wayfinder. Yeah, the Caryatid can't block the Hoplite. Twinflame. Twinflame will be great later on. Hammer's just amazing, unless he kept in the Reclamation Sages, which I highly doubt he did. Now, you can Sidisi here. Sidisi can't really block the best. And he does not have it. You got to think he's got some sort of removal. There's another mountain. So now the Dragon Cell is active. And I bet this is getting Murderous Cut. No, it can't. He doesn't have enough for it. Yes, he does. 4/5. He has to exile the Polluted Delta. Alright, that's good, though, to get rid of it that way. I'm definitely okay with that. It's going to be a Courser. Yeah, Courser can actually block. That's annoying. Block the Dragon Style. No, Double Strike. So here comes Mr. Dragonstyle, which has haste. And he's got a Bile Blight. No! Oh, that is just clutch. So that's probably going to be game. We do have hammers that can... He's got a whip coming up as well. So, yeah, that's just brutal. Just brutal. We need to draw into a Scuttling Doom Engine. And then we'll be okay, actually. I think that we can race in with Scuttling Doom Engine. Especially Twinflame Scuttling Doom Engine. Oh, he Sultai Charms it now. Yeah, I guess he's just got everything this game. Unfortunately, Whip's going to come out here and just wreak havoc. Oh, wow. This is not a good little matchup here. I think that everything that can go wrong did go wrong. As here comes the Whip, which gives the Courser lifelink. Which is going to put him back up to a healthy 15. And, you know, give him later on stuff to actually reanimate. There's the other Dragon Style Twin. You know, I'm gonna use it just to draw a card right now, use the mana. Doesn't get haste, but you know, it does find us that card. I'd rather find cards here. And if he does have another Murderous Cut, I'm just done. So Sidisi comes out here. He does find that lifelinker. He can't attack with his Courser. I mean, but he's finding a lot of stuff. Just a matter of time for that Bile Blight. There it is. Double Bile Blight. Murderous Cut. And I am just lands galore. We'll wait for another. Again, I guess Scuttling Doom Engine might be able to get us out of this, but he just casts a Doomwake here. Or Soul of Innistrad, he just casts here. And finds more stuff. More zombies, more stuff. Just too much value. And there's the Soul of Innistrad. And Prophetic Flamespeaker at this point doesn't do anything. I'm just going to go ahead and concede it. Twinflame, you know, if one scenario would have happened any other way, I think we could have taken this down. But the removal, the Bile Blight's coming perfectly on time with the mana to cast in. The Murderous Cut on that turn 2 again with the perfect mana to cast. It was just brutal. I want to see this matchup again. I do think that we can easily win this one. I think we can race the whip, especially like Bile Blight happened to be good against this hand, but a lot of times it might not be. If you can get just a Hammerhand on a Prophetic Flamespeaker, really wish they would have made this guy a 1/4. So you can compete it with like Brimaz and Corso Crufix and not had to deal with the Bile Blight. So White's got an answer to Bile Blight. The green has an answer to the Bile Blight. But poor Red got kind of cut off with the Prophetic Flamespeaker being a 1/3. Anyhow, we'll play a few more matchups here and hopefully luck will swing back our way. This is Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again and hope to see you soon.